In a little over 1 year's time, the Raleigh real estate market has been somewhat of a crazy roller coaster ride. This ride has been nothing short of insane, and not necessarily in a good kind of way. In this video, I'm gonna hit you guys up with some data-driven information to show you guys where the Raleigh real estate market has been, where it is now, and where I think it might be headed in the future. If you're considering moving to the Raleigh area and buying a new home, you need to hold on tight because this coaster is heading up the tracks right now. Hey guys, I'm Michael Sanders with the Mike Sanders team at RE/MAX United in Raleigh, your native Raleigh realtor. If you're considering buying or selling a Raleigh area home, don't make a mistake. Get Mike and get moved. Okay guys, picture this. It's 2021 and the interest rates are a mere 3%. The median price on a Raleigh area home headed into spring was a mere $318,000. Now fast forward to the summer of 2023, where we now find 30-year fixed rate mortgages in the low 7% range. And the median price on a Raleigh area home is just under $410,000. Nearly a 29% increase in just 2 years' time. Yeah, it's kind of like a thrilling roller coaster ride, and everybody's wondering where this wild ride is gonna take us. Here's a really crazy statistic. As of late 2021, homes were on average taking 3 weeks to sell. Fast forward to 2022 and homes were selling in 3 days. Why did all of this happen? What was and still is the reason that the Raleigh Triangle real estate market is such an attractive place to buy a home? Okay, to figure out why, you gotta stay with me for a minute here. Don't zone out on me quite just yet, but there's some super quick data. For starters, the last time we had a balanced market was way back in July of 2014, nearly 10 years ago. This is when we had a 6-month supply of homes, which is considered to be a balanced market where there were enough homes to meet buyer demand. Well, fast forward to June of 2023 and we've got a much different picture. Right now, we're down to only slightly above a 1-month supply of homes. 10 years ago this month, there were a little over 3,200 new listings that hit the market that particular month. Last month, in June 2023, we had just under 3,000 new listings. Here we are nearly 10 years later with 300,000 additional population, with less homes available now than when we were at 10 years ago. So issue number one here in the Triangle real estate market right now is a severe lack of new home inventory, a supply issue. On the flip side, we've got a demand issue. Right now, Wake County is seeing a net increase of just over 62 people per day moving in here. But with home listings still below what they were 10 years ago, coupled with the steady population growth, demand is far outstripping supply. Funny thing is, when you look at the news, all you hear about is a market crash. Real estate is crashing. It's all doom and gloom. You should never buy a home right now. The world is about to end. Hey, maybe it is, guys, I don't know. But as far as the Triangle real estate market goes, here in July of 2023, the only crash that I'm seeing relates to home inventory. As more people move here, demand, who are searching for a stagnant number of home listings, supply, only one thing can happen: price increases. It's just a simple matter of simple economics. So if you're someone who's sort of on the fence right now, wanting to move to the Raleigh area, waiting for prices to go down, you might be waiting for quite a while. But what if you're sitting there saying to yourself, okay, I'm just gonna wait for interest rates to go down? Well, using recent history as a guide, we had hordes and hordes of buyers fighting and bidding on a relatively small number of homes, spurred on by low mortgage rates in the 3 to 4% range. Coupled with huge demand, this in turn caused a large percentage of home listings to sell with bidding wars amongst buyers. In July of 2022, the median final sales price on a home was over 4% higher than the original listed price. So during this time of relatively low interest rates, buyers were paying on average a 4% premium just to buy a home. So for example, using the median price of $450,000, you were paying typically an $18,000 premium just to get into a home. So basically during this time frame, if you wanted to buy a home, you knew that going in that pretty much any home you were considering buying was going to probably sell before you even got back to your car after the showing. You also probably knew that you were choosing homes from a relatively small pool of available homes. On top of this, you also probably knew that going in, you'd probably have to potentially offer tens of thousands of dollars more than the list price, all for your trouble. Even during the crazy market, I kept telling clients that this was not a healthy market to really be buying a home in. What I see happening in the not too distant future from now is as interest rates begin to slowly recede, which many economists are predicting, you're going to see more and more buyers who are now sitting on the sidelines who were scared away by rising interest rates, who are going to slowly beginning to get back into the market. As they do so, you're going to see more demand for a still undersupply of new homes. Forbes says that there is a shortage of over 4 million homes, and the Raleigh area represents its fair share of this home shortage. We didn't get into this low inventory environment overnight, and it's going to take quite a while before we build our way out of it. There's even some evidence right now that buyers who are on the sidelines are already trickling back into the Triangle market. Since January of 2023, homes were selling on average nearly 4% less than original list price. Well, over the last 5 months since then, homes are now selling at pretty much 100% of list price. If this trend continues with more and more people moving in searching for a dwindling supply of homes, or if demand increases from an easing of mortgage interest rates, for example, then I believe you're going to unfortunately start seeing more and more of these bidding wars on both resale homes and new home listings. I'm already hearing some anecdotal evidence from other brokers in my office of bidding wars in some pockets of the Triangle area. Here's another interesting fact. Last year when rates started increasing, you can see where inventory started increasing almost in lockstep with rate increases, beginning around the first quarter of 2022. As rates increased, buyer demand decreased, causing the supply of available homes to go from around a 2-week supply to a little over 60-day supply, which is still far from under the ideal 6-month supply, but it's an increase nonetheless. What I, along with my clients, actually saw was a good thing. More homes to choose from, more time to decide on the homes. You weren't fighting for all of humanity to get a home, and buyers weren't having to pay those insane $18,000 or more premiums just for the opportunity to purchase a home. Furthermore, you now don't have to worry so much about appraisal gaps, which is where the appraised value of the home is less than the inflated price that you had to offer to get the home, which causes buyers to have to come up with a difference out of their pockets at closing, which is not a fun place to be. Trust me, I've seen it happen. It's funny, people were always telling me back last year how much I must have loved the market with homes flying off the shelves for $25, $50, sometimes even $100,000 over asking price. Guys, that was an absolute miserable time to be a realtor. I was getting tons of people contacting me wanting and needing to buy a home, then having clients submitting sometimes 4, 5, 6, maybe even more offers just in the hopes of getting one accepted. Then if you happen to get an offer accepted, you had to be concerned about whether or not the lender would appraise the home for the inflated amount the buyer offered. Hey guys, if you're finding this information helpful, then I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button below. It would really help me more than you can begin to imagine. I really appreciate it. So here's the deal, guys. If you're thinking about a real estate situation, whether you're buying, selling, or maybe all of the above, then there are some things to consider. First off, buying isn't the best option for everyone. If you think it might only be someplace for 2 years or less, then buying not might be your best option. I'd seriously consider renting in that case. Also, if you're simply undecided on a specific area and you're just a little unsure about your medium to long-term situation, then you also might want to consider renting, at least for 3 to 6 months while you figure things out. Ideally, you'll reach out to someone like myself who knows the area with enough time before you'd like to move, so you'll have ample time to work with someone who knows your personal goals and can help you with a plan. I have lots of clients who I spend a lot of time with working well before they ever come to the Triangle. Then after we've had a chance to strategize, many clients are going to come down, they'll visit the area for a couple of days to check things out. With most people, once they've had a chance to drive around on their own and get a feel for the area, finding a home is going to be a much easier process. If you're looking to buy or sell a Raleigh area home, I'd love to help you out. If you think it might make some sense getting help from a Raleigh native who sold a lot of homes, then definitely shoot me an email, text, or give me a call. Don't screw up and make a huge mistake. Do the smart thing. Get Mike and get moved.